to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulation.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Big E. Hello, Jay.
Hello, Mike. How are you?
I'm good. I was just marveling at your coffee here.
Continue to be on the mend, are you?
Yeah.
Good.
I think I sound a little better.
I think
Does
so.
my voice sound a little more normal?
You do.
Yeah. It feels that way. Anyway, thank you for your concern. I appreciate that. What's the deal with this McCafe, dude? Why are you getting drinks for $1 still at McDonald's? I thought this was a summertime promotion last summer.
Yeah, they keep selling them, I guess. Not to give, like, McDonald's a free plug here, but
Yeah.
any soft drink, any drink there is $1.
Really?
Other than their stupid specialty shit.
Their Frappuccino
Yeah.
bullshit, yeah.
But their regular drinks are $1, man.
Wow. Yeah, I thought that was like a 3-week promotion in the summer last year, but you keep bringing them in, and I know you're not spending $3 on
Keep
a
showing up
coffee.
asking for large black coffees, and they're giving them to me for $1.06.
They must
I don't
just
know.
like you.
When do I stop?
Yeah, I don't blame you. Keep going. Anyway, how you doing? What a beautiful day out.
Oh, it's tremendous.
Dude, was it like 20 degrees a week ago, and now it's like 85 today or something? I love it. I love it. This is what I need, is some nice sunshine, get out in the
You're
fresh
gonna go
air.
Okay, that was the key. You're going
Yeah.
to go out in the fresh air.
Dude,
Good.
I did yesterday after you guys. I had the worst fucking migraine. Like as soon as the show ended yesterday, I don't know why. My head was pounding. It was like, oh,
How big
this
of a
is.
fucking mess are you?
I know. Well, it's probably all related. I hadn't talked in a week, and then I rambled for an hour and a half. So I ended up going outside and just sitting in the sun, and everything just went. Oh, it was awesome.
Think if you did something regular like that. Maybe
How about that, huh?
take a walk.
Well,
sit
he was
in the sun.
outside today. When I came here today, he was outside going
Thank
over
you,
his
Isis.
notes.
I appreciate
He was
that.
doing the highlights of stories and stuff. He was doing it outside on the
Whoa,
porch.
life,
Yes.
huh?
Oh.
Spring.
Yeah, we're trying here. Baby steps, huh? Anyway, yeah.
Every journey, Mike, begins with a single step.
That's
you know,
right.
As you know.
That's right. You can't race to the finish line right out of the gate. That's what I'm
Nothing
told.
grows in your comfort zone, Mike.
I like that. I'm going to use that. Anyway, welcome everybody. A lot going on in the world. You guys excited for the auction going on today?
Yeah, what is it,
The
Joe
Red
Lewis?
Wings?
Fucking, I actually wish this is the rare, well, not the rare moment, but one of the moments I do wish I lived in my own place. Because honestly, I would love to have Red Wings seats, but I'm just not going to buy them and then sit at my parents' house for another 10 years. I'm just kidding.
Why does that matter? You have your own lair in the basement.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I already have Tiger seats that I love, but they're just sitting there, and
Yeah.
I do. They're on the porch.
It'd be
they're on
kind
the
of
back
cool to
porch.
have the whole set, have Palace,
It would.
Silverdome,
Yeah,
Tiger
that would be
Stadium,
cool.
and Joe Lewis.
What did they end up making with the? Remember when we first started talking about
Silverdome
the
didn't
Silverdome?
make dick.
Dude, they made like $500,000. They had 90,000 seats.
Yeah.
With everything they sold, they made like $500,000.
And they were selling like gold posts and shit.
Yeah, but so today you can go to thejoeseats.com, and I guess that's different. I mean, they won titles there and championships. That's a whole different ball game than the Silverdome thing is. I mean, if you're going to buy a couple seats,
And weren't they red and puffy, whereas the Silverdome was just hard plastic blue, right?
yeah, they did have that
totally.
puffy seat.
Yeah, I'd rather have
yeah.
a Joe Lewis seat for sure than a
Yeah,
Silverdome.
and they're more rare. I mean, there's only 20,000 of those.
Right.
So I guess, of course, season ticket holders get first choice, so they get a couple weeks to go in. Those rich, spoiled sons of bitches, they get first choice. I thought this was kind of lame, though, because the seats are like, they come in pairs, and people are like, oh, I just want to buy one. They're like, yeah, well, who are you sharing an armrest with, dickface? Have to sell them in pairs. Otherwise, we get the whole armrest deal, which makes sense. And so they're like, yeah, $150, unless you want to specifically pick your seats. It's like, wait a minute.
It's only $150 for you have to get two, right? So it's $300.
Well, I thought it was just $150. Seat prices begin at $150. They will be sold in a minimum set of 2 because of the shared armrests. So does that mean that you
I
pay
read
3?
that as 3.
3, okay.
There was no way because if it was $150, I'd buy it no matter what right now. I know 300. Whatever.
Well, you can't. You're not a season ticket holder. You got to wait a couple weeks.
Okay.
Let the important people get out of the way first.
Right, of course.
But why are they charging an extra $50 if you want your season ticket? Like, doesn't that seem like kind of a ripoff a little bit? Like,
Yeah, but
I sat
mean,
in these seats for 20 years. Why can't I have seat 3 and 4 in section 110? Why are you charging me an extra $75 for that?
administrative fees. You know how that goes,
Yeah.
Mike.
They're like, oh, we priced these very reasonably, and we will bring them out to your car or truck for free.
There you go.
Those are actually right. The Tiger ones, I think, were $500 for a pair, and if it's $300 for Joe Louis ones, I mean, those are.
Yeah, and they said the Lions got anywhere from $100 to $385. Who the fuck paid $385? Who's that guy?
You're right.
I want to know what tard paid $385
though, there's-
for a seat at the Pontiac Silverdome.
There's a lot of things like when we went to the Detroit barber thing to do my hair, and then the thing that me and Jay did that time.
Yeah,
they
Prince Beards.
They have
Yeah.
Elton Tiger Stadium seats there and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and especially now in
Yeah, but
with
that's
Detroit.
decor for your. I mean,
I know that's what I'm saying though, but if you're a company
It's the
looking
man cave thing, Mike. Right?
Yeah.
Look good in my man cave.
But if you're a company looking to buy one, if you're like a Detroit Barbers wanting to buy one, you don't want to just have. You want to make. There are ones that are going to be a little more ratty or a little more beat up. You'd probably get a little extra. Probably for more money, you get a nicer one.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm just
but-
saying that's probably why.
Yeah.
Well, if you want a Silverdome one, you can probably go dig through the hole right now.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Grab a couple.
Right. Grab a car while you're at it.
Dude.
Right next door. They
There
got
are
tons
about
of them.
10,000 trucks right now, Dodge Ram trucks.
Is that what
are
they're-
being stored there? And then those Volkswagens.
The Volkswagens
The
are
whole
hila-
thing, the whole parking lot is filled.
What would happen if you just went in there and just hotwired a Volkswagen? Would anyone give a shit? I mean, they're not. There's so.
There's
like,
rent-a-cops.
Are there?
Oh, yeah,
But
dude.
there's so many of them, dude. You could pay a guy like
Wouldn't miss 'em.
$500. What's he gonna? Who cares? So they do expect that you will be able to buy one if you want. Like they say, probably when they go on sale. I think it's like May 12th. They expect like 18 of the 20,000 seats to be available. So if you did
Wow.
want to get one,
Nice.
you probably could. They are selling other stuff. We don't know yet. But can you think of anything right off the top of your head from Joe Louis Arena?
No, honestly, I mean,
They're like, if you want the urinal that Eisenman whizzed in, it's there. I'm like,
I mean, that's what Ernie Harwell wanted, right, from Old Tiger Stadium.
he wanted the visitors.
the visitor urinal. Yeah, but I'm
The
just
one
saying,
like
like, you
Babe
wanted
Ruth
a-
whizzed in and stuff.
Right.
He
Yeah.
wanted all the visiting teams.
yeah, I suppose that'd be it because they're obviously not leaving behind anything of note in terms of memorabilia. Like
Yeah.
obviously the banners are gone and the
Yeah.
statues are gone. Yeah. So what?
Okay, so coming at orbitbid.com eventually. They're doing the seats first, but items that will be auctioned off: furniture, lighting. The furniture.
See, there's just
sucked in-
nothing there I would give a shit about, honestly.
There's some coming though that I think you might like. Furniture, lighting, signs. So like to the suite levels. I mean something
Right.
like that. Maybe plumbing, HVAC. Like who would want 1973 plumbing and HVAC systems, chilling systems, basic infrastructure,
Well, a lot of times,
sweet wet bars.
a lot of times though, too, though,
so
like
either.
Division 1 and 2 and like programs buy these things. Like the scoreboards, a lot of times end up at like Division 2 basketball or hockey stuff.
Yeah.
So when you say like
All right.
infrastructure stuff,
I haven't been able to impress you guys thus far. How about this? The official Joe Louis scoreboard. Isn't that the monstrosity?
Like the one hanging over the ice.
I think. Could we get that? I know we tried really hard, Jay,
Get the
to get the
curtain.
curtain from the
A piece of the
Silverdome.
curtain would have been good.
Could you imagine if people came down here and we had
It wouldn't
this,
fit down
this
here,
whole
man.
room is covered in an 80-foot block of. Oh yeah, that's the Joe Louis scoreboard. Be pretty sweet, you got to admit. Anyways, yeah. How much was Joe Louis? I can't believe this when I read this because every time I read like, oh Jerry, what do they call it, Jerry Land or whatever in Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh, his new place, $1 billion. The 49ers on their new stadium spent $500 million or something like that. Joe Louis Arena was built for, any guesses?
Oh man, $20 million.
$57 million. Isn't that crazy? The city of Detroit paid $57 million. How has it been since like the early 70s that it's gone up this much?
Present value of $57 million in the 70s.
Quick.
And then you take out all the tech that goes into a Jerry's World type place. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And
Well,
that
his is
exponentially just jacks it.
Well, his was weird because isn't his like it's got like Monets and shit. It's not even like a stadium. It's like an art piece. All those people,
I just did 1970, but what would 57 million be from 1970 worth
$1
today?
billion.
100 million. Looks like.
It's on the cheap. Not bad.
Or no. Sorry. Yeah, no. I'm
Glad
trying.
we settled that easy.
I'm trying to decide if I
Pretty good.
read that comma right. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not 1 billion.
Yeah, it's not $1 billion. How funny would that have been, though, if Joe Louis was the equivalent of $1 billion stadium? Anyway, so I assume you guys are not going to run out and buy seats.
No, I'm not real attracted to.
Do you have
shit
any of
over
those? I feel like you have a seat or something.
I have a
Jay.
seat from the All-Star game, but only because they offered to send it to you. You know, if you were
Yeah.
in a certain section.
I have that too.
Remember that? They came around with
Yeah.
FedEx slips, and they're like, "Oh, we'll send you these
Mail it
seats."
to you.
Okay.
I didn't know you were at that game.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, that doesn't seem like something you'd buy because normally you didn't pay for it.
No,
They just sent
fuck
it to
no.
you. Oh shit, really? Because we paid for ours. I think it was like $100 or $150.
Whoever I was with paid for it, I guess, if
Yeah.
that's the case. But
Yeah.
I didn't pay for the ticket or the seat. I was just there. I don't remember how.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
But if anybody wants an All-Star game seat, let me know.
Yeah.
I'll sell it to you on the cheap.
You've got one. I've got one. You can have mine too. You take mine, then you got a pair. Happy anniversary, guys. Happy anniversary.
Let's see, May 1st.
Yep. 7 years. 7-year anniversary.
No idea.
Of the bullet to the eye of Osama bin Laden.
Oh, all right, nice.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Big day.
Boy, that was weird when that story came out. Remember there was the one Navy SEAL that wrote a book. I think his name was Matt Bissonette, and was like, "Yep, I killed bin Laden." And then they were like, "Yeah, you're not allowed to talk about that." And they ended up suing him, and he agreed to turn over all proceeds, future proceeds, everything. And then it turns out he wasn't even the guy that shot him. It was the Rob O'Neill guy.
Right.
You know, who I don't know how he's got a book out. He's doing well. I mean, he's all over Fox News all the time.
The Operator, was it called? I think so.
yeah.
That came out, I don't know, a year or two ago.
Yeah.
But there's been several Navy SEALs that have written now
Yeah.
over the years. And I don't know if that's just a change in mindset between those guys or
Well, it seemed like it was
policy. I don't know.
at first it was like, you do not talk about this. This is this is part of the team. You don't mention it. But then all of a sudden it was like cool. And God, could you imagine being Rob O'Neill though? The guy that actually put a bullet in Bin Laden. I almost said Obama in Bin Laden's head. Oh shit! And I was reading some of the Bin Laden facts on that. What a crazy day that was! Like they said that place was $1 million compound.
Really?
Didn't that look like kind of a shithole in a
Totally.
Abbottabad? Like
A bunch of goats just
yeah,
roaming around.
I feel like if I wanted to usurp some property up in Abbottabad,
Get it on the cheap, right?
dude, I mean, honestly, I would have thought, no bullshit, I could buy up a nice few acres, 10 grand tops,
Right.
and throw that shithole up for
Cinder block walls, whatever.
yeah, 100 grand. I mean, very basic barbed wire around the top. Now you did have some nice 8 to 15 foot walls, but
Who says it's $1 million?
that's what they estimated that was a reported $1 million home. Didn't even have telephone and internet service. I mean, come on, man. It's just bullshit. And the residents, they imagine living this life. Like he's a billionaire, right? He's a billionaire, Bin Laden. His family's
was a
built
builder. Yeah.
roads and all that shit all over that place. And he's having to burn his trash so nobody can find anything. Like all trash is burned on site.
Dude, $1 million gets you that in Pakistan?
Yes.
Sheesh.
I don't even see a pool.
No, there's
not even a pool. I mean, would you expect at
dirt
least
everywhere.
Yes, that would be dusty as hell. I would expect at least a pool with it, at a minimum, one of those curly slides.
Yeah.
You know what
the
I
blue
mean?
curly side.
Yeah, hell yeah. Now we're talking. I mean, that just looks like shit. I'm sorry. I had no idea prices were that steep there. 24 people live there. I didn't know that either. I thought it was just kind of his immediate family. 12 to 18 foot walls. That's kind of high. Topped with beautiful barbed wire. 2 security gates. And then him and his family were on the 2nd and 3rd floor. Remember, they kept seeing the tall man. What were they calling him? Like the
Something about him being tall, yeah.
yeah, something about the tall man like walking in that fucking upper deck thing. And so this really started in 2007, and U.S. intelligence forces figured out the name of that fucking courier, and that was the key. Like the one super trusted Bin Laden courier. And then they find out that the courier and his brother live in this $1 million compound, and they're like, yeah, these two clowns have nowhere near the funds or the resources to live in this beautiful $1 million Abbottabad compound. So that was like what they used to go to the president and go, we think Bin Laden might be here just because these two fucking couriers should not be in $1 million crib. Doesn't that seem like
So didn't
a
they
weird...
send in people to do vaccinations and to get blood samples? Wasn't that the case? They sent in a group of people who were just posing as like, we're just do-gooders from this,
Yeah.
do-gooder organization that wants to vaccinate.
Did
And
that
so they,
work, though?
I
I don't know if that...
I remember that being a piece of it, though. They were trying to
Yeah.
get DNA to make sure, okay, there are bin Laden kin here at least.
Yes. So they inform, the CIA informs Obama, like, dude, we think it might be there. He might be living there because of the security and the size and all that. The intelligence was considered strong enough to start building their own compound to like doing dry runs of this shit and start planning action. And then you fast forward to April of 2011, Obama gives the order to raid this place in Pakistan. And I've seen Rob O'Neill talk about they were 100% convinced this was a death mission. Like these guys had said goodbye to their kids. And I saw him interviewed today. He was talking a little bit about this. And he said, yeah, I'm on a Navy... I'm a Navy guy's salary. I don't have much money. And he said, so I'm at the mall the day before, and I'm like, oh, look at those sunglasses. And he decides to throw on his credit card a $280 pair of Prada sunglasses, figuring I'll be dead. MasterCard can pick up the tab on this. Fuck it. And he had those sunglasses with him when he shot bin Laden. He still has them today. But he was just like, yeah, said goodbye to my family. Figured there's no way we're getting out of here alive. And then that, when they get in that plane after everything goes down and they're just like, the countdown is on. And they know if they can make it an hour and a half.
Helicopter, not plane, right?
Yeah, right. The, what was it, the Black Hawk? I think there were a couple of Black
Chinook?
Hawks. Chinook? Yeah,
I
okay.
believe.
If they can make it an hour and a half in the air, they can get across into Pakistan or was it Pakistan or Afghanistan? They were leaving one or the other. If they can get there, they're clear and they'll live. And so they're like, when they finally made it like an hour and a half, the pilot came out and said, well, here's something you never thought you'd hear. Welcome to Afghanistan. And they're like, holy shit, we're going to fucking live.
They were in Black Hawks, weren't they? Those Chinooks are those huge ones.
The Chinooks are the ones with the two
and
rotor.
the Black Hawk, the problem with that was one of them got injured, right? And they had to blow it up and leave it.
Yes.
And then they think the Chinese probably have that technology, right? At least from the parts that were left.
Well, I think they made some sort of deal. Like, they blew it up. The Americans tried to, like, fucking torch the thing before they left. The tail was left behind, though.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think they made a deal with the Pakistani government to send that back to America. I think that's the way that played out. But, yeah, they end up getting into this place, and 40 minutes total, in and out. And these guys have to go around, and that's where they shoot bin Laden's son, kill him. They shoot one of his wives in the leg, and what's his name comes around the corner, and there's bin Laden 3 feet from him.
Boom.
And just ping, ping, right in the fucking forehead, right through the left eye.
Ha.
Down he goes, and you know what he had on him? Your mom sends you to camp, and she writes your name in your underwear. In his underwear, he had sewn $745. Bin Laden and
Really?
like a couple phone numbers or something. Yeah, it was like, how far is Bin Laden going to get with $745 sewn into his underwear? Isn't that weird?
Pictures of the tail of the Black Hawk quickly made their way around the globe and eventually enraged and embarrassed Pakistan, who gave China a hands-on visit with it before giving it back to its owner, the U.S. government.
Really?
Fuckers.
Sons of bitches. What's with the China always wanting to lift our fucking technology?
That's what they do, man. Reverse engineer.
Isn't that crazy? But anyway, bin Laden's down. There are already media members. Before Obama is informed that this has been a success, there are media members trying to get to these SEALs going, dude, what's the deal? Is he dead? Is there some rumors going around that you guys are on a mission? And they're still trying to do DNA. They've got like people there trying to get fucking DNA confirmation that this has actually bin Laden. They got photos. They're doing DNA. And then it's like, gather everything in this fucking house, and they just ransack this place. They're getting USB cards, discs, CDs, shitloads of porn.
Yeah, I remember
who
that.
They still don't know exactly who it belonged to. Probably Bin Laden's wife, right?
Sure. Just a pious religious man, Bin Laden was,
yes. Sure. He's, you'd think he'd be saving his reserves for them 72 virgins he's about to go meet. But no, he's stockpiled with porn. What a fucking, it's so funny. Every time you read about these guys, it's like, yes, so we're going to be, be great martyrs, and blah, 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 meet 72 virgins. Night before the attack, they're shit-faced at a strip club.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, cute.
It was portrayed in Looming Tower a
Yes,
couple weeks ago.
dude,
These guys,
totally.
the
Really?
hijackers, the nights before, and Vegas strip clubs just going at it.
Weren't the guys in San Diego, too? Weren't those fucking assholes in San Diego hanging out in strip clubs?
Yeah.
Like, all of these guys. Yeah, anyway. They did give him the respect of that fucking Islamic burial once they did confirm it was him. Remember that?
C, was it?
Yeah, the SS Carl Vincent, within 24 hours, they had some ceremony and like just dumped him into the drink.
Bye-bye.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Didn't pictures go around, headshots of him that...
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because that's what I remember is that, like, it wasn't totally gruesome. I remember not wanting to see it. Like, I don't want to see something do with a bullet in his head. But it was a pretty clean shot by Rob O'Neill. And they said that the American government has still not released those photos.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude, I totally remember seeing those.
I recall them as well, but
Yeah.
maybe it was a hoax. I'm not totally sure on that.
So then you go forward a little bit. May 6th, like a couple months later, Al-Qaeda finally confirms to the jihadist websites, it's true, he's gone. And then there was some people that were like, oh, this was an illegal, attack, blah, blah, blah. Retired U.S. Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens says in a speech in May 12th, 2011, the killing of bin Laden was totally justified. And then, so anyway, there was a doctor who was working with the U.S. government around there.
Wait, there's a question as to whether this was a justified killing. Why the fuck is John Paul Stevens chiming in on that? He's also the one who wants to take away the Second Amendment, right? So he's asked if it's okay that we went and killed bin Laden.
Isn't he
Fuck
retired?
off.
What does retired mean, sir?
Yeah.
Don't we take your
Go,
gavel and robe?
Sit on an island.
Gavel and robe now. Gavel and robe.
Turn it over.
Enough of you, sir. What are we going to do if he goes totally unjustified?
Yeah, oh my
No.
gosh, we
This
shouldn't
is-
have done that.
We need to get O'Neill in here in court. This is absolute murder charges need to be brought. Like, who cares? There was a doctor, a Pakistani doctor, who's been accused of working with the CIA, like trying to confirm his death and stuff. And they ended up finding him $3,500 and then charging him with treason in a tribal court and sentenced to 33 years in prison.
What? Who is this?
He was a doctor in Pakistan that like the Americans grabbed and were like, DNA test this motherfucker now, and they charged him with treason and 33 years. The guy's doing all right. I mean, I don't know. So
Hey everybody, Hamlin Pubs are inviting you to their 5 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, their drinks, and their atmosphere. Whether you're watching the game with your buddies or out for a meal with the family or even out for an evening with your girl, it's always a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 Shelby Township locations. Don't forget #DrinkHamlin. Picture yourself and your buddies, whatever, drinking, eating at Hamlin, having a good time, and we will enter you in a drawing.
hey, have any grievances found you guys?
Not in a while.
Of late.
It's funny.
actually
I
do
drove
have
across the
one.
Mississippi, and I even
The old man?
the old man. He's doing well. Even on that long drive, no grievance found me.
Well, why would one? That's gorgeous. Why would you expect
Dude,
a
I
grievance
traveled
to
like
find-
halfway across the country. Why wouldn't a grievance find me? You know,
Yeah,
being
but
in a
you-
strange land on
Yeah,
the
but-
road that
No,
much.
I find myself
Yeah.
if I have a weekend where I actually do like if I
if
stay
you
at
go
home,
places,
yeah,
grievances find you.
I tend
Yeah.
to be like, how did I not have something that pissed me off? Although
Yeah,
I do have one. If you
one
wanna do it.
found me. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to lay it out there. It's not. I'm just telling you right now. It's nothing spectacular or anything like that. But so, I went to a deli that I like, and as I pull in and I'm getting ready to order my food, I look out the window, and there's a fuckload of picketers picketing like abortion, and they're holding those signs with like mangled babies just sucked out of a body. And I'm like, you know what? Can you find a fucking corner not right outside my favorite deli? Really? Do we need to do this? I need baby guts on a pole. I know what an abortion is. For fuck's sakes.
Where were they?
I
Like,
was
where-
able
where
to
were they-
eat. I was okay.
Where
but
were they?
Is this the one on Southfield Road?
No, but I've seen that one too. No, this was in West Bloomfield, and at 15.
It's tough, man. The reality of an abortion is tough, isn't it?
Yeah, and I realized what happened. There was I noticed there was like a women's clinic right next door, and so they were obviously picketing.
Okay.
They weren't picketing the deli.
They weren't-
They
they-
weren't saying that they were serving dead babies.
But they should at least be aware that this is a scrumptious deli, and the last thing I want to do is go in, order my food, my soup, come out, and then just see like, ugh,
Man, I don't know
gross
how to judge this.
fetuses.
E. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with this.
Okay, hold on. Before I know how you feel about
I'm very
abortion.
pro-life.
You are pro-life. You love life. You're a big fan of life. You even felt bad for Vern Troyer's wee wisp of a life.
Yeah.
Can you take it out of context?
I even
of
argued that was a valuable life.
You
I think,
did
at one point, or suggested it at least.
You very much did. Can you at least grant me that this is not about abortion? We're not talking about pro-life, pro-choice.
I know, but
I want to kill kids. You want them to live.
Yeah, it
Like,
troubles you
that's-
though when it's in your face in everyday life, right? It's tough for the deli being there, isn't it?
What? Okay. What if I take it out of the context of dead babies and I go? I would feel the same way if it was the cigarette things, where they're like, "Yeah, here's your lungs." And they got all these mangled pictures of fucking black lungs,
Yeah.
and it's like, not outside my deli.
Yeah, I'm pro-lung too, though, so that doesn't change anything.
But pink lungs are gross looking too.
Yeah, they are. I don't know what to do with this, Isis. Do you have a feeling one way or the other? I feel like we need a
I'm
new
not a
category of
pussy.
like gross.
No, I wouldn't
like
say-
yeah, agreed, gross.
The problem is, I think that
I'm in favor of a gross category.
Dead babies are gross.
They are gross to look at, man.
I think this falls under the category, by the way, of sometimes of Mike's in and out of whether he likes the First Amendment, or maybe it's not the First Amendment, but because I forget which one this part.
I don't want him
He's
arrested.
just trying to-
freedom of speech.
He's
and
just trying to figure out what a protest is.
Well, no, but I'm
How
saying.
do we
like,
pigeonhole this into a right, an American right?
Well, no, but you do have the right to protest.
Yes, you have the right. Doesn't mean you have to be gross about it.
Well, the problem is, I don't
The
know how
nature
you're
of the
gonna.
protest is gross.
I don't know how you're not.
I'm going
gonna do
pussy
that.
and old man.
No,
pussy and old
That's
man.
not a pussy old man.
I don't know what it is, but like I really, really support the right for people to protest their beliefs.
I'm not
So-
saying they can't protest. I'm just saying,
I
like,
don't know what's
Not
your
around
deli.
Mike. If
What-
it troubles
Oh
Mike,
well.
No.
I mean, we just make sure that everything.
what's wrong with this? Okay, like if I would have walked out,
That's not gonna have the effect.
that's right.
And-
It had the effect,
Look at
man.
now
The
we're
intended
talking
effect.
about it, and now we've talked about
It
abortion.
troubled you, didn't it, Mike?
what if
I mean,
I
it's
walked
hard
out?
hard to eat your deli sandwich when you're looking
I've
at
got
baby
my
guts.
I've got my sandwich, and there's a guy just walking around like this with
That's
a
not
sign.
gonna do shit.
Abortion stinks. Abortion
That's not gonna
stinks.
change any
And I'm like,
lives.
dude, I'd probably honk for him. Be like, yeah, dude, good for you. Abortion
But you
stinks.
wouldn't know whether that honking was.
But when all of a sudden it's like a half an arm, and it looks like that might have been a finger at one point.
Yeah.
That probably was a head.
It
and
looks
there's
like
some,
a real life, doesn't it? Like
Dude,
a real baby.
yes.
Yeah.
There's
They
some-
killed a real baby.
there's some colors in there I don't really
you thinking.
recognize. There's pinks and reds and greens, and it's a mash of shit. Looks like a fucking Rorschach test.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that Rorschach test is a baby.
And you start looking at your roast beef sandwich.
And it
It's
looks-
got that iridescent look to
Yes.
it, you know. And you're, shit, man.
Yeah,
Is this
and-
possibly baby meat? Baby meat. Are they serving baby meat? Is that the real protest?
Is this a Hope Solo or is this a baby? What am I eating here?
I don't know. I just don't know what to say, but I don't think it's bona fide.
Are you guys shitting me? You're not going to give me bona fide for them?
Not.
Then I want a new category because I'm not a pussy and it's not old man. It's not old man.
No, I just-
I guess it's just
I don't
real
wanna be
life.
grossed out.
It's just real life, though. Like, it's a valid protest. I don't know what to do with it. In the context of a grievance, I don't know what to do with it other than say,
remember
"Pussy
this.
old man."
I'll remember this.
Oh, you're gonna hold it against
Well,
me, are you? Is
here's-
that how we handle grievances?
Here's how I feel. I'll be honest with
This
you,
is
Jay.
the second thing he's going to remember.
Hold
You
on.
calling him a liar the other day, and now this.
That's right. I'm hanging on to both of those. I don't remember this. I think that you are having trouble getting your head around. I think you're locked onto the abortion thing.
I'm
You
not.
love fucking life, dude. Admit it.
No, you love the First Amendment, so why not love it in this instance?
I
Why
just
not-
don't want
why
to be
not put
grossed
up-
out.
Why not
That's
put
all.
up with it?
I don't want to be
It's
grossed
ugly
out.
sometimes. Sometimes the First Amendment is ugly.
But if you're not
That's
grossed
right.
out, it's not going to change people's opinions on the subject. With your sign of just abortion sucks, I'm not even taking
Dude,
a
okay.
stance pro or con
Like,
against it.
I
I'm just-
know what a dead baby looks like.
But
I know what it looks like when fucking ISIS throws a homo off a roof too. I don't need to see pictures of that either. I don't need people going around. Ah, look. See, no, it's gross. No, take the message home with you. Look at this fucking guy. They blew him to smithereens. I don't want to see it. I know what it looks like.
I think those are two different things.
Yeah,
though.
totally
No.
different. Yeah.
So E, you're not giving me credit either.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
All right,
what
go
is
ahead
it?
with your
Sure.
Pussy old man? We need a formal rendering.
No, what
I
did you
guess-
say? Gross.
I guess old man. I don't know.
Okay, old man. All right, Isis, here we go.
Unbelievable.
Okay, I'm so sick, and it's actually happening around now a lot of these of these teenagers asking celebrities to prom. So stupid. I don't mind Make-A-Wish shit. Make-A-Wish shit is fine. But it's like you put The Rock in this position that now he has to say no to some stupid high school kid. You know what? Life isn't a dream. You don't get The Rock to go to freaking prom with you. And now he has to sit there and say, oh, sorry, I can't go to prom because I'm too busy. As if The Rock technically couldn't just clear his schedule and go to prom with you.
That might be the dumbest thing you've ever said.
Seriously.
Seriously. As if
Fucking,
The Rock
he
can't-
brings it around to The Rock. He could totally go to prom.
Obviously.
Obviously, it's time to do this.
As if there's not contracts signed and dated to the fucking minute
I gotta
about
tell
where
you,
The Rock is
I gotta
supposed
tell
to
you,
be.
I think Isis has. I think it's a bona fide grievance.
Perhaps stolen? Ooh. Have we discussed this before?
We've discussed this at length in regard to homecoming for sure, because of the whole, homecoming
Yeah.
signs and all that shit. But not in this exact context. I don't think.
We've done promposals, I believe. Is that the same?
I don't think any of us have ever stuck up for the celebrity that's asked to prom, as Isis
Or the
just did.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like especially when it becomes an army. And I love the army, man. But they ask like, oh, will Julia Roberts go to my army dance with me? And now this celebrity has to be like, no. And it's like, oh, she doesn't like the army.
She hates our servicemen.
You know what?
On this anniversary of Bin Laden being shot.
I fucking hate this one. I hate this one because this is so goddamn bona fide. For the first time
I
ever,
know, but
he's got
he
a
rendered it.
fucking
I know.
bona fide one, and I hate him
I
for
know.
it.
It's bona fide.
He's still a pussy and an old man. But I think this ties into a lot of things. This gets into the cycle if you really go dig deeper with, oh, wow, we got another retarded kid, running for
Carrying
a
the
touchdown.
football,
yeah. And you can't light him up, at the 5.
And I will say, if you
it's
notice
not
that,
cool to do. The other one is like, it used to be just a movie. Like, we all went, ha, 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 and poured pig blood on Carrie.
Yeah.
As the prom queen. Now it's just like any fucking kid missing a limb, anyone that's way oversized
Wearing the crown.
is wearing the crown. God forbid, man.
Mongoloids all over the country wearing the crown.
Does that at some point get mockery? Like, I would start, even if I was fucking like tarded, I would go, you know what? I'm seeing this go on all over the country. I know what you're doing
Is it
now.
played out? Is that your question?
What you're doing is you're reversing it. You're trying to make it like you care about me. And what you're doing is you're picking the worst kid in class and then making him try to feel special.
Yeah, that's definitely being played out. I thought where Isis was going was the promposal. And the promposal, we're going to be seeing a bunch of those over the next couple weeks, and that's annoying as fuck, too. Pretty much everything about prom is annoying.
Yeah.
This,
and is it now? I didn't even
didn't,
go, but is it unless like you guys went and shit and cared, or no, you didn't care, but you went? Is it only
all about getting
not
drunky.
annoying if you're the one doing it? Like when you're in that moment, it's okay, and then seriously, as soon as you're done,
I
it's
think
like,
most people who are either in it or outside, I think everybody realizes, like, this is way overblown and stupid. Like, this isn't possibly, like, the greatest moment of our lives.
Right.
This is just,
there's
it's going to be
movies
another
where it's
night
like,
where
that's
we
what
get
they tell
laid and
you.
drunk.
This is
Yeah.
gonna be the best. This is supposed to be the best night of your entire. Dude, at 18, I would
I
hope
hope not.
I don't remember, like, dude, it was all about the post party. That's it. Limo dinner,
Homecoming,
post
proms,
party.
all that shit. Yeah.
Like it was a pain in the ass. It was like, all right, we'll get back to the room, and we've already stocked the fucking bathtub with ice and
Right.
beer or whatever. Didn't Jake decide I'm out? I'm not doing the promposal game. Didn't he? I thought I respected him last year for just kind of bagging out on the.
Well, my kids are too young for prom. I don't know that
Oh, yeah.
they have
Or did-
prom. Or
what
I
did-
don't know if just juniors and seniors can go to prom. Or
I did think he was,
was
right.
it
I thought my
Manny?
kid-
Was it
I
Manny
thought-
that was like, dude, I'm not doing this whole like make a sign and
No, I
do
think
a
my kids are
dance
too
and-
young for prom. Honestly, I don't.
I thought there was a home. I think they do it for homecoming.
yeah.
too,
Homecoming.
maybe.
No, he did a sign.
He did.
Manny did a sign.
I thought he was like, I'm out. No, I'll ask abroad, but I'm not.
He
not doing
definitely
this
did a
whole-
sign. I think I talked about that. And I think I might have grieved it. I think I grieved it.
Really? Perhaps. I agree with E's grievance. Unfortunately, he's right, and I this is probably a lot of these are probably, where there's meetings going on. Like, well, Rock, we can get some great press out of this. People Magazine will cover this. It's a great. You've got a movie coming out next month. Why don't you stop by for 5 minutes
Yeah.
and hang out with this fat chick? You'll make her night. It'll be in all the magazines, and it almost feels like that to me now. Where what started out as like, oh, I'm just going to write an athlete and see if he'll go to prom, and it happens he's in town, and he does. and it's like, holy shit, that's amazing.
Yeah, now publicists are actually looking at this going, oh,
Yeah.
they're like picking which one.
Right.
Which
right.
prom to go to.
Well, this retard's only 30 miles down the road.
Yeah.
And this fat chick is only 40 miles down the road. She is colored, and she
Colored?
She struggles in math. So we might want to go that route.
She's colored. God.
I could see a PR person still saying that, to be honest with you, though, like in that terms.
I'm sick, man. Leave me alone.
You know, a grievance didn't find me driving across country, but
Oh, no.
I did have an epiphany, Mike.
Ooh.
I had an epiphany while driving. I think I figured out what I want to do in my retirement. Assuming I can get to a point where I can retire.
Does it involve honey or bees?
No.
Or gardening?
No. It involves leaving everything behind.
Ooh.
I'm
Hell
going to
yeah.
get an RV, dude.
Fuck yes.
Gab and
Fuck
I are
yeah.
selling everything. We're going RV. We're driving around the country.
Hell yes.
100% of the time.
Good for you.
Park at Manny Russell's Sweet Pie's house, wherever we are,
Yeah.
for a week, whatever. We'll, just don't overstay your welcome. Then you're off.
But you don't have a house anymore.
No house.
Dude, I love it.
The few possessions,
love
the few boxes we have, we store at one of the kids or in a storage facility, and then we go. We hit the open road.
What's preventing this right now? Right
Kids
now.
are in
I
high
have
school
3
still.
kids.
Yeah, but they're close. We'll get them. Let's just get them through.
Sweet Pie's
That's not even
9.
in middle school,
Yeah,
right?
but, I know, but you could park it outside her school for a couple years. No big deal.
Parking outside.
Dude, I'm telling you, last time I was in California and I drove like the coast.
Yeah.
There are spots like, dude, people,
know.
this is what they do.
I know.
They just have these $200,000 RVs parked on the fucking ocean.
Here's
and
my
it's
only
like, yes,
question.
this is what I do now.
Do I tow a car behind it?
No.
No?
Go kart.
See, the thing,
You can Uber.
the tow of the car behind it, though, allows you to really, like,
Then once you're in your
plant.
area, then you can drive into town
you can
and
stay
stuff.
for like a month, in Sedona, Arizona or
You
something.
got it.
Then,
I think
then
if
you
you
kind
can,
of
you have to.
Otherwise, you're tooling around in your damn RV to go grocery
Yeah.
shopping and shit.
Now,
you know?
we're RVing. We're not Winnebagoing, right?
I don't know that there's a difference. It's
Isn't the RV more
Mike,
the
the
bus?
RV is the recreational vehicle.
Right. But the I think of the Winnebago.
Winnebago
Winnebago's
is a
like a
brand of
It's like a
RV, man.
Band-Aid.
But isn't the Winnebago like the I think of the one that like the pop out canopy or whatever.
I mean,
like
lots of RVs have that. It's just the style of RV. There's
Okay.
many different styles. I haven't decided on one. I've only decided on the concept.
do you have any idea how expensive a quality one of these is?
I
Because
do.
you need a master suite in the back, right?
I know they're very expensive, and
They're
I
like-
also know that I have my biggest obstacle is my wife.
Why?
Well, she's not totally sold on it. What I've tried to do is say, look, listen, got a few years.
Yeah.
Just think about it. She keeps coming back with this phrase, and I've been hearing this over the last 4 years or so. Coincidentally, this is not what I signed up for.
yeah.
And I tend to respond to that. Just hear me out. Just hear me
Yeah.
out.
Just sit, listen.
Just hear me out. And so I make my argument, and I think it started to resonate a bit with her this time because
Wait a
I've been making
second.
the RV argument for about a year now.
I don't understand. She doesn't. First off, she doesn't have an argument. Let's be clear about that. Why
She doesn't have a say.
You listen, woman. You don't have a say in this. You can do your exercises anywhere in the country.
All she got
Why-
is 2 black eyes because I told her twice. That's all she's got.
Why'd she get 2 black eyes? Because she didn't listen the first time I told her. Why on earth
Wouldn't
would you-
Gabrielle be on board?
Yes. Why on earth would you want to sit in a fucking cul-de-sac in a neighborhood talking to your neighbor? Hey,
Yeah.
John, how you
That's-
doing?
That's bullet point 3 of my argument, Mike.
It's bullet point 1 of your
Mike,
argument.
the open
Why?
road. Let's go see the country. Why would we want to do that, right?
Yeah.
You spread your kids around the country so that it's strategic.
Yeah.
You got one in the east, one down south, one in the west, and then you
West, east, south. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
and then you dodge the winter. You dodge it. It's like ooh, it dropped below 55 degrees.
Ooh, there's a nip in the air today.
just pull down 2 miles south.
Just keep chasing the sun south. Just keep going. Dude, it's the perfect thing. It's one of those where Gab wakes up in the morning, she's getting coffee ready, and she's just like, God, I did not want to wear a sweatshirt today. And you're like, I hear you.
Yeah. South, 3 miles.
And you are fucking gone.
I know. It's
You're
a no-brainer.
gone.
She
Otherwise,
thinks
you're doing fucking yard work in Lake Orion,
her
dude.
thing is like cabin fever, and she's like, I hate to drive. I'm like, look, you're missing the point. You don't have to drive.
No.
You drive for 8 hours or something, then stop and put down stakes for a month, pull them up, and go another 3
Yeah.
hours to the next destination. We live in such a vast, beautiful country with
It's
so
amazing.
many different landscapes. You can there's no need to leave. You could just drive around for decades. Decades!
Absolutely.
Would you get to a point where it's like,
Health is the only issue. Think about it.
what's wrong with the hell? You guys are healthy as shit.
Dude, I'm talking in my retirement.
You're going to be 120 before you die.
Look, listen. If you have any health issue between the two of you, that's the only thing that can sink this project.
Well, yeah, but then you got to ditch her. Or she's got to ditch you, one of the two. I mean, obviously, you don't want to be carrying dead sick weight around with
You're
you.
damaged goods, woman.
Get out of here, woman.
I left her in Topeka.
Where's Gab?
Left her in
Fucking
Topeka.
Left her in Topeka. God damn it. Wouldn't stop sniffling and whining. She's in Topeka in a
She'll be
rocking
fine.
chair.
She's got skills.
She's a tough woman. Tough old bird. Find her in Topeka, over by Peoria Hills.
Yeah, I suppose that's an option. And
I mean, as long as you got something she could be comfortable with in the RV, dude. I love this idea.
I know.
and you're right about the car. I didn't give that enough thought.
yeah, I think you got to tow a car.
I don't think you need an F-150. But
Right.
just something to
yeah.
like pop off, and motor around
Little
town a little
Fiesta or
bit.
something.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's the dream, because so many of us would love to travel. It's like, I want to see Europe before I die. Man, I want to see the great outdoors. I want to see the country. Dude, that's the perfect way to do it. Mm-hmm. It's just like, wherever you go, you go. Yeah, I end up here. It's awesome. Love it.
See how far I can get with it. The seeds have been planted.
Ah.
They've been watered.
This is one of those put your foot down moments in life, Jay. I really think it is. I mean, if you need help with Gab, just let me know. But this is I'm the man of the house. This is a put my foot down moment.
Gabrielle, just hear me out. Just hear me out. One more time. One more time.
No,
Just hear me
Jay,
out.
I heard you out with the Detroit cast.
hear me
I'm
out.
not hearing you out anymore. So how far along do the kids have to be? They got to be done with college and all that shit.
They don't have to be done with shit. Yeah, they have to be off to college.
They have to be off your tab.
Yeah, off to college, not under my roof.
So off the it's not that far away,
Not
dude.
under my quarter-inch aluminum roof.
Oh, I love it. I fucking love it. Hey, have you seen the caravan?
Yeah, they're
Coming-
sitting
came from Mexico.
Tijuana.
Yeah, they're at that San Ysidro, which is the San Diego Tijuana border port.
I've walked through there a couple times.
Have you
Yeah.
stumbled through there?
Yeah.
Yeah, in
more like
Tijuana. Man, I got to be honest with you. I see all the arguments on this side, and I feel bad for people. I've got a heart. I have no problem being sympathetic or empathetic. I resent the shit out of being called a racist when I go, oh yeah, that's illegal as shit. We don't do that.
Right.
No other country would do that. Why would we? I don't care what color they are. I don't care what nationality they are. I don't care if they're Asian, black, white, whatever. The law's the law. That's it. But seeing these fucking people be used, basically. You've got lawyers sitting down there at the border telling them exactly what to say to get through the weak fucking loopholes
The
in
government
this
is
country.
oppressing you. The government is oppressing you. Just say that. Say that over and over. You specifically, you're being oppressed in your native land.
I just, there's something about, seeing people waving Honduras flags at our border.
Ah, the blue and white, is that?
It's
yeah.
a fine
It's-
flag. It's not ours.
Baby blue. It's a nice look.
There's that red one they're waving to.
El
Whatever the
Salvador.
El Salvadorian, whatever.
MS-13.
Sure. One guy admitted, yeah, I'm MS-13. They're like, oh, great, dude. Come on in. Why not? Your team's over there, I guess. Kansas.
Team's over there in Chicago.
New Jersey. Go find them. Shit. But these guys are like, si se puedo. What does that mean? Si se puedo.
Yes.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Si se puedo. Yes, we could. Yes, we could. And they're like climbing on the fucking wall. Some of them are climbing over. And it's like, dude, like what world are you living in that you think this is just like you are so, these people are on camera going, we are not leaving until we get into America. It's like, oh, really? Fuckface, you're not leaving? The fuck out of here. You don't just get to come here and demand shit. No, that's not how it works. Well, yes, we can because we came from our country, which sucked balls, lots of violence, and then you travel 2,000 miles through Mexico, so that's your first port of safe haven. Asylum seekers
Yeah.
stop in fucking Mexico.
Yeah, claim you need asylum in Mexico. What's wrong with that?
They're the 15th wealthiest economy in the world. They're not they are a shithole, but not totally. It's violent, but all these peoples. We're not leaving the organizer for the caravan. We are not leaving this processing center until every last one of the migrants is led into the United States. How bold is that of a statement? Think about that.
So every last one, huh? You
So-
hear these bold statements all the time, though, right? I mean, the kids from the school that was shot up 3 months ago, they weren't going to stop until, you know.
I don't even think Hogg's going to class anymore. Remember, he wasn't taking classes until like all the guns were rounded up in America or something. Poor kid. No, it's just like they did this a couple years ago. You might remember this. I won't remember the details exactly, but there were like 8,000 people that crashed the border in San Diego, and this is a spot that can hold like 300 people for processing. So they go like, we're full, sorry.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, they just cram it in here, and the rule is something like, you have 3 days to process these people, or you give them a court date and you send them off in America. How many of those people do you think show up at court in 2 months?
To go see the immigration judge?
Yes. Yeah. About fucking zero. That's how many. And they know this. They know these loopholes. And so you've already got a backlog of thousands of people. There's not a chance in hell of processing these people in 3 days.
I guess I don't even understand, like, how do you even get past that crazy revolving door with the pipes in it, you know?
Yeah.
How do you even get through there to even get this status, you know what I mean, where you can claim asylum
Yeah.
and claim this right to 3 days and 2 months and all that shit? Like,
I don't know.
like, why isn't there a fucking wall?
Well,
Why isn't there a wall?
There is the one. Like, look at this. These people they're climbing this, whatever this is. It's
So
just
they
like,
have a wall, and when you're ready to let them in, and if it's appropriate to let people in, and they're good people, and you've vetted them, and they can help our country, and it's gonna
rapists
it's going to be a
and
positive
murderers.
impact on both sides, the person and the country. Then you open the door and you
come
let
on
them in.
Just like you would do at your house.
Right.
You would go, you know what, dude? Face tattoo guy's not coming in my house tonight. I'm sorry.
Don't judge a book by
He-
its cover,
I'm
Mike.
not-
I've met a very nice guy with a Nazi tattoo. He's kind.
Tremendous salesman.
Tremendous. It's great.
He had to be. However, though, okay, Nazi tattoo guy shows up at your house. Gavin, you are in the midst of a fucking throwdown about this RV situation. The kids are there. You guys are dishing dinner. Sweet Pie's doing somersaults. One cat's fat in the corner doing it, whatever it's doing. And Nazi tattoo
he's not
face guy
getting in.
shows
He's
up,
not
right?
getting in.
And he's like, I'm not leaving your porch till I come in.
I'm judging the book by its cover.
You are. And if you go, all right, listen, Jose, I'm going to do you solid. You're not coming in today, but I'm going to go outside. We're going to take a couple laps around the block.
Get to
I'm gonna
know you a
Get to
little
know
bit.
you a bit. Dude, I'll be honest with you. I want to know more about the Nazi tattoo on the forehead. I don't mean to be a dick. Don't want to judge, but I got some questions. You take a few laps. You go, you know what? Jose's a decent dude. Maybe next month you invite him in for dinner, but you vetted. You wouldn't just let Nazi tattoo face guy into your house.
No.
I don't know how many of these guys are Nazi tattoo face guys, but this is not a wall. It goes 20 yards into
was
the
gonna
ocean.
say, dude, you
just
could-
swim and
you
just
could-
swim around it.
Swim. You could probably walk to that part where that ends.
Wait for low tide.
I mean, dude, if they've got with the current go south to north, if they got a nice north to south, you could pick up a wave out here and just surf it into
Surf
San
it in.
Diego.
Or, as these gentlemen are demonstrating in the foreground of the picture, just climb over said
Yeah.
wall or whatever that is.
Why not? Yeah, help yourself. Let yourself in. Yeah, about 50 of them crashed the gate, and some of them are here now. And just I don't know. It's just very frustrating to read these comments by people that just automatically assume they have some right.
Well,
to be
you know
here.
what it says under the Statue of Liberty, Mike.
That's just a poem, though. That's,
Oh,
you know,
it's not a law?
you mean the whole "bring us your tired, your poor"?
Yeah, on the
Nazi
statue that
tattooed
France,
faces.
that France gave us.
Yeah,
That statue.
But dude, it says right there on the thing. And France was very, very clear about this. Bring us your poor, huddled masses yearning to breathe for whatever.
The French artist who etched that into the bottom of the Statue of Liberty he couldn't have been clear
But it's more important
about
than the
our immigration
Constitution.
policy in 2018.
As if the Statue of Liberty poem doesn't mean it every bit as much as the Constitution or the Declaration, right?
Declaration.
The Declaration. I mean, that's what it is. Bring us your poor, huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Ha ha.
Gentlemen, out with the old and in with the new. It's time for Zott Ford's pre-owned spring cleaning event. That means for an extremely limited time, you can head to zottford.com, browse their pre-owned inventory, select the car, truck, or SUV of your dreams, and then deduct $1,000 off the already low internet price. And that is the price that you pay as a TDC listener. No catch, no hooks, no gimmicks, and most importantly, no time to waste. Hurry, this $1,000 pre-owned offer won't last long.
Do people think we're dicks when we have that conversation? I know they do. I don't feel like an asshole or a dick, though, when it's like, come on, just straight common sense, right? Isn't it just simple common sense? There's not another country, like real country,
I think
in the
half
world
the
that you can
country
do
thinks you're
that
dicks,
to.
and half the country goes, yeah, I mean, totally. It's common sense. Like, have some kind of standard. You just can't let everybody in. You just can't. And, nobody wants racism to play a part here. But
Right.
let's figure out a way to appropriately let people in after figuring out if they're appropriate to let in.
Yeah. It just seems so simple to me, and
It's not storming the gates. It's not, rushing up from Honduras. Demanding and becoming, as you say, a political pawn. It's, man.
Well, it reminds me of the story when this first broke. Remember all those people going to, was it Disneyland or Disney World? Which one's in California?
Disneyland.
Disneyland in Anaheim, right? Is that Anaheim? Wherever. Anyway, or Burbank, wherever it is. But they were like, well, we are going there. We're going to stand in front of the gates as illegals and demand to be like looked at. And it was like, dude, are you fucking like? I just immediately put myself in that position, and I go, I'm going to whatever shithole a theme park they have in Russia, and I'm just going to grab a sign and demand
It's
to
fucking
be.
crazy.
It's like, dude, you wouldn't dream of doing that in another country. You wouldn't dream of it. And these people, I am fleeing violence in my country. Well, good. Sorry about that. That sucks. You should probably do something about that. What does that have to do with America? No offense. Did you get into the story of Kanye West last week?
Yeah, I kind of did. He's being hailed by certain people on the right now as being, hey, he's
Yeah.
on our team.
Yeah.
People on the right tend to be very eager to have celebrity on their side
Yeah.
because it's so rare that somebody from Hollywood or the music scene would go, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm totally a conservative. So
But he had a new single that dropped.
Total-
So it's like,
yes.
is this just
Of course it is. Kanye is fucking crazy in a lot of ways, but crazy like a fox and others.
Totally.
And this was very well planned, retweeting a conservative who said, hey, listen, fellow African Americans, let's think for ourselves. Let's not just go
Yeah.
along with the Democratic platform and not.
What's that chick?
Yeah, Candace.
She's a superstar waiting to happen, man. That chick, I'd never heard
What's
of
her
her.
last name?
Candace Owen or
I
something?
think you're right.
Is that
So
it?
he retweets her and then retweets some other conservative voices, and everybody on the right's like, oh my God, Kanye likes us. And
he
giddy
sent out a
about it.
tweet. You don't have to agree with Trump, but the mob can't make me not love him. We are both dragon energy. He's my brother. I love everyone. I don't agree with everything anyone does. That's what makes us individuals, and we have the right to independent thought.
I think what's frustrated me throughout this whole process, really over the last couple decades, is that everybody's just completely chosen sides, and it's never been more obvious than it is now. And,
Yeah.
I'm on the R team, I'm on the D team, and so anything in between, I grab and I go, well, how does this fit my team? Okay, so I feel this way
Yeah.
about it. Instead of just going, well, you know what, I kind of like what the D's are saying on that issue, and I kind of
Yeah.
like what the R's are saying.
hard to do, though.
And then, or if I'm in the media or a writer, journalist, whatever it is, going, you know what, I'm going to think about this and not just fucking portray
Yeah.
one side, the side I work for.
You
but
would-
rather just give a real honest opinion and see both sides of the issue and comment on both sides of the issue. And I feel like
Yeah.
Kanye in this regard has sort of gone, you know what, I may be a D mostly, but
Yep.
let's kind of go outside the box here and think of it a little bit.
And I totally agree with you. And I find, like, we both agree with that. And I still find it hard to like
Go outside of your
I
R
lean
box.
I lean more conservative. I just do. I don't know why. There's a lot of things that the Democrats are for that I'm in favor of, but I hate so much of the rhetoric and the shit that I know it's both sides. But it's hard for me, even fully aware of what's going on, to just go, yeah, I'm going to step into the D box on this one and listen more. It's hard to do, so I don't blame people for that. But where we're at now, there should be nothing
because
wrong.
it's become so hateful.
Right, right.
If you go outside of your box, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
And a racist and a dickhead and all this. You can't go outside your box, but unless you're risking being totally made a pariah.
And honestly, I don't give a shit about that. Like if I go, Trump is a dick face on this thing, I don't care what Trump fans think of that statement by me. Why would I? But people do, and you're right, they've so taken sides. Like that statement he made, there's nothing.
Because in our last discussion about immigration, you just said, well, I hope people don't think we're assholes for thinking this.
No.
I mean,
I
dude.
know they think that. I know they think that. I just don't understand why they would think that. It seems like such reasonable thinking. It's like I don't understand why you could have the other argument. That's my point. It's not. I understand that people on the left are go, we're fucking racist. Whatever. You know, I'm very comfortable with where I stand as far as race goes. I'm not worried about that. But the problem, the Kanye statement, there was nothing incendiary in there. There was nothing insightful in there. It's just like if you have the belief that Trump is Hitler, then no matter what anyone says positive, because all he said was, hey, man, feel free to think for yourself. You know, there's some cool shit going on right now. If you open your eyes a little bit, basically, you look at unemployment at historic, never before seen lows for African Americans and Hispanics in this country. Never seen before. You know, I know that's a right-wing talking point, but it's true. The stats are there. And so if Kanye looks at that and goes, fuck, man, shit, 4,000 people were killed in Chicago during Obama's reign. Look what's going on here. This is kind of cool. Open your eyes a little bit. And he gets murdered. I just don't understand it. Part of it is probably just for the single that he was releasing with T.I., but...
Yeah, but the single goes to the issue. Have you listened to the song?
I've read the lyrics, yeah.
Yeah, it goes to that same issue.
Yeah.
It's them going back and forth on, hey, you know, if I go outside the box...
This started before that tweet because he was really impressed with this Candace chick who's part of this. She's a black woman. I'd never seen her before. She was at a rally for a Black Lives Matter thing where they were trying to interrupt her speech, and she fucking whooped their ass. I don't know if you saw that video, but it was amazing. It went everywhere. She was just like, do not be held down by this shit. You are not being persecuted. You can do whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. Just hammered them, and these people were just like, okay. And so she became an instant star on the right as a black female, you know, taking on Black Lives Matter. Kanye was impressed, said, wow, that was fucking awesome. And that's where this kind of started. Well, now, of course, this gets beefed up yesterday. Kanye West is with bodyguards in L.A. out to dinner, and other rapper gangsters are calling on him to be fucked up now in public. Daz Dillinger, former member of Snoop Dogg's, the Dog Pound duo. Keep that up there. I'll play that for Jay if you haven't seen that. It's a good minute to show you who she is. The dog, he was part of the Dog Pound, and Snoop is a Crip, right? He's not Blood, he's a Crip.
Fuck, I don't know.
This dude puts out a Crip alert on Instagram, calling on members of the gang to attack Kanye for supporting Trump. National alert, all the Crips out there, y'all fuck Kanye up. You see that motherfucker fuck his ass up on GP. General Principle G. That's what GP is, if you were wondering. Better not ever see you in concert. Better not ever see you around the LBC. Long Beach. Better not ever see you around California. Stay in Calabasas, you hear me? Because we got a Crip alert for Kanye. All the Crips out there, you see him bang on his ass. Fuck his ass up. He also likened him to a slave. It's like we all in one boat, and they killing all of us, and he'd jump over there and say, Master, I'm on your side, Master. I got all the information. I'm with you, Master Trump. It's like, really? That's where we're at now? This is helpful. So, yeah, I thought that was interesting. And, you know, I don't know. Let's play this out a little bit. Say some Crips heed this Crip alert. Do Crips heed Crip alerts? I don't know. But if they do, I mean...
Not sure what the penalty is for not heeding a Crip alert.
I think it's pretty... Dude, I would
Pretty
think
steep.
harsh. Yeah, they don't fuck around, dude. Crips and Bloods don't fuck around. And if an official alert has been sent, I would expect his ass to be fucked up, yo.
You know, it's funny, in the past, Kanye says crazy shit, and he's deemed kind of crazy, you know, by one side, and then he says something that's deemed, you know, right wing, and he's embraced by the right, and the left finally goes, that guy's crazy.
That's what I was gonna say. But when he says that crazy stuff the
Yeah.
other way,
No problem.
He's an artist. Oh my
Yeah.
God, he's literally he's a
brilliant.
genius.
Dude's been saying crazy shit for 2 decades, you know.
He's selling $90 T-shirts in concert. I mean, whatever. Yeah, but of course it goes here and now. I don't know. What's the end game? Wait, do we fuck his ass up or do we kill him? What's that? Do we kill him?
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Anyway, you want to see Candace here? this was kind of what launched her.
I've seen it.
What you're seeing happening today, obviously, we have some black people that are just shouting in the back. We have some black people that are sitting in the front quietly that are chanting USA
too.
and having a normal conversation.
Yeah.
I love that because what I say every single time, and you may have seen me on the news, is that what is happening right now in the black community, you're going to hear it in this room first. There is an ideological civil war happening. Black people that are focused on their past and shouting about slavery, and black people that are focused on their futures. Okay, that's really what it comes down to. Okay. I can guarantee you what you're seeing happening is victim mentality versus victor mentality. And
That's
I promise
great, by
you,
the way.
the
I love
people
that.
here are
Isn't
going to
that
win.
Isn't that great?
I love that.
White guy.
And there's no doubt in my mind. I can tell you right now who is going to be better off when we look 20 years, when we look at the faces in this room, who is going to be better off are the girls that are sitting right here and across this room because they don't have your mentality. Victim mentality is not
the
cool.
MAGA
I don't
hats
know
on.
why people like being oppressed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, which, by the way, none of you guys lived through. Your grandparents did, and it's embarrassing that you utilize their history. You utilize their history, and you come in here with more emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. More emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. It's embarrassing. You're not living through anything right now. You're overly privileged Americans.
Oof. Yeah, so he saw that and started it. I don't know, man. She's going to be a rock star on the right, though, because of that. Hey, let's take a quick break. Should we get into Yodeling Boy?
Didn't we get into Yodeling Boy already?
We did, but I
know
blame
he's
you
got
for
a new
this,
single
dude.
out.
Well, you were the one that was like all rock hard on Yodeling Boy. I thought it
Not
was
rock hard.
stupid.
He was notable. I didn't put him on the stage at Coachella.
I know you didn't, but you put him on the stage of the Detroit cast, and we're very, very impressed with his yodeling skills at Walmart. I was not. So you brought this on yourself, sir.
Doesn't mean we have to listen to Yodeling Boy's single, okay?
Oh,
We don't
yes.
no, we don't.
Oh, yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. I haven't heard it yet. I want to hear it. Hear how good it is. We'll get into that more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. You'll be happy to know, Jay, I took you very seriously, and I've started an initial research on our venture to tour the country.
Our venture.
With RVs. And so I started, I know where Gab stands.
Sorry, gentlemen. I hate to jump in here, but this is a Gabrielle and Jay sort of retirement thing. Assuming at some point in my life I can retire.
I know. I got all that. We're not sharing a bus. Gentlemen. We're not sharing a bus. We're just sharing the open road. That's all. Okay? And so I was looking. I know E's going to struggle unless his whole family dies and leaves him something. So I found something.
We can only hope, Mike.
I know, fingers crossed. But, you don't want to. We can't say for sure at this point.
Fucking one of them is going to have a slow death. I just know it.
I found one E. It's like $36,000, okay? New. But if E were to get a used one, you could get this for about $3,500. It's got a little pop-out, tent thing. I think he would be fine. Now, I don't think Gab is going to go for $3,500. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I started to look at some of these, Jay, and I think I've narrowed us down to 5 that we can go with, okay? I'm thinking for you, I'm seeing the Newmar King Air 4553. Now, starting price is a bit steep. It's $1 million. But once we get past that, this is the base model. Starts at $1 million. You can add to it if you want. Includes a quality sound system. Need it, right? So you can be jamming, your Luke Bryan or whatever you're doing around the country. Large bedroom, necessary, right? It's like a nice layout. Lavish interior. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. You want lavish interior. A tablet near the driver's seat that gives Captain total control over everything inside. Dude, you're running the whole thing. It's got lane departure coming equipment.
That's just what someone needs.
Warning system, adaptive cruise with collision mitigation technology. You're not crashing into shit.
I know, some of these things are unreal. I'm not looking for that. I'm just looking for something extremely reliable, right? That's the key. It has to be reliable because that's the last thing you can have is just breaking down in the middle of Missouri.
I hear your concerns. That's why
I need $1 million.
This is where I'm thinking for you. We go with the Prevost H345 VIP. Now, this is coming in at 1.6 mil. We haven't figured out how we're going to get there yet, but the bus shell, 12 feet, 5 inches. The most floor space available on a custom conversion.
Tour bus or what, man?
Features 360-degree view through huge windows, 496 cubic feet underfloor storage. Of course, it's decorated to the nines, wood floor, modern furniture, desk space, sleek marble tables.
496 square feet underneath. You got your own basement down there, man.
Right? I mean, Jesus Christ.
All
Is
right,
this just a tour bus? Or
you're not feeling that. All right. How about the Featherlight Venture Platinum Plus? Now, this one starts at $2.5 mil. We're getting up there, but
what's your point that these things are I know they're expensive. They're not this expensive. I'm not getting a fucking tour bus, man.
Oh, really? Italian leather and suede? In-can marble and Swarovski crystals? Huh? This is the one I'm going with. The Marchi Mobile Element Palazzo. Now, this is $3 mil, but yeah, it's the Palazzo, dude.
It sounds awesome.
Look at that son of a bitch.
Oh, my God.
Look at that poops.
It's like a yacht on wheels.
Now, okay, this one I'll just give you a brief rundown of what I'm getting in mind, and I'll be back. I'm on the road. You're not even gonna notice me. I'm a town behind you. Starting from the Cyclopean cockpit, which was inspired by helicopter windshields, which can darken in 2 steps at the push of a button.
Is this it? You said.
Fucking A right it is, dude.
Wow.
Look at my Cyclonian. Huh?
That's insane.
It's the ultimate in luxury. I've got a retractable sky lounge. Retractable sky lounge with integrated furniture, radiant floor heating for those nippy mornings.
Imagine pulling into the Metro Park and that eases.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking for something to like pull into Grand Haven or something for the weekend.
I know that's why I stuck you with the Featherlight Vanterre for $2.5, dude. So mine, we've got a bar, wine cabinet, ice maker, large screen TV, Italian bed liners, adjoining spa with a glazed rainfall shower. Now that's camping, boys. So, like I said, it's early. I'm just getting started on this, but I think we've got some things to look forward to. I think Gab could get comfortable in that, don't
Right.
you?
Yeah, I think so.
$3 million. We spent 2.5, $3 million, Jay, on her. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. All right, yodeling boy. Yodeling.
I don't think you want to go here, man. This is not a good song.
What do you mean?
It's bad. You haven't heard it yet. It's bad.
Fucking dude, I hate these like viral sensations. Like he was at Coachella, and I guess someone just was like, "Hey, I'll dedicate 15 seconds of my set to him," and they just brought him out, and Coachella flipped their shit.
Yeah.
Got to see him yodel for 15 seconds. Dude, he's been signed by a label now. They're like, yeah, Aretha Franklin's label and AC/DC and blah blah blah. Ray Charles, basically Atlantic Records. You just say Atlantic Records. We don't know what that means. But yeah, Mason Ramsey's his name. Am I understanding this correctly? He's not yodeling in his new single?
Oh.
What are we
Well,
doing
I don't-
here, gentlemen?
Here's the thing, too, dude. I know you don't like this, but I don't. It wasn't like it was just. This was his first attempt. Like he wasn't just in Walmart one day. He's opened up for some actual artists before this.
Really?
He's been singing. He's opened up for who was the guy who was. Fuck, I can't think of his name now, but it was somebody who's actually pretty legit country singer, and so he's been playing like music since he's been like 3. So it wasn't like, and he's tried to go viral a few other times. This was not
Right.
like necessarily
He's
the.
trying to go viral.
Well,
He has
Think of
gone
that.
viral before.
He's tried
at
to go
Walmart.
viral 2 different times.
Seems like an odd place to go viral, Walmart, you
Yeah.
know, of all places. Why wouldn't you go like, well, whatever. It's working for him. Let me
Josh
hear just
Turner,
a,
that's who I was thinking of. I know you might not probably the country
Heard the
you listen
name,
to, but
heard the
Josh
name.
Turner's like a
Who?
more of a real. He's more of a real country
Josh Turner.
singer. He's legit country for sure.
So when you say he's open for him, what does that mean? He
I
played the
don't know.
parking lot before a show, or he was on tour with him?
He's performed for like many years of his life already. This was not like he just walked into Walmart this day.
Sounds like Jesus is a fan over here. Mason Ramsey, you gonna get the
Although,
album? Me?
I hate this song. I've listened to it.
Let me just hear a sec. I haven't heard it. I
Fucking
want it.
brutal.
Yeah, it sucks.
So far, so good. It's called Famous.
Don't get me wrong, it's pretty cool to be on TV, so all the
Oh.
folks back home can see me.
Look at that poops.
And then
Look
I'm
at that
living it up,
poops.
all the things I used to dream about. Yeah, it's pretty great singing on stage, proud 'cause there ain't an empty seat in the place.
Oh,
Sounds like every country song is on the radio
Wow.
right now.
is he bragging about selling out arenas right now?
If I'm gonna be famous for
You couldn't sell out the fucking grocery store aisle at Walmart. What are you talking about?
something you, if I'm gonna be known,
It's a love song.
In the world.
I wanna be 'cause of you, girl.
Is there something odd about little kids singing love songs?
Absolutely.
It's always bothered me. I don't know why, but
It's ridiculous, this song. Even though I think I give him a lot more credit than you do.
so he wants to be famous for
Isn't it
loving
the
this chick.
yodeling aspect that really made him go, right?
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't that the funny part of it? And I think what really made him go viral were all the vines and stuff that where they remixed him. And it's
Oh,
just,
really?
Yeah,
I
just
didn't see those.
They're just absurd. And so
Find a couple
for
of
him
those,
to
Ian.
do like a real song, come on, that's not what the people want.
No.
People want just this
Is it
little
a goof?
nugget.
Is it a goof?
Fuck yes, it's a goof.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It was funny. Oh, look at this stupid kid yodeling in Walmart.
Yeah.
We don't really want to hear him sing.
Dude, but then
Just want
Cash,
to hear him yodel for a second.
you see Cash Me Outside, idiot, is on tour and like selling out. She was in Michigan. She's making millions of dollars as a 15-year-old moron singing songs.
Really?
Yes. It's like, what is wrong with us? What is wrong with people? Yeah, so these are the Vine
Well,
remixes.
I mean, these are just remixes.
Yeah, there's just a million of them. It's just
Let me just hear a
This
couple.
is why someone puts a beat under it, throws
Yeah.
some glasses on 'em. I mean,
Yeah, they all get to practice their DJ skills. You know, they did say the guy that's running the Atlantic Records, he has a talent and emotional ability to really feel a song and sing from his soul, said VP of A&R Ian Cripps, and said, don't worry, there's going to be yodeling on the album. And all I could think
I
is,
was
like,
worried, to be honest. I wanted to hear the yodel. You don't want to hear the yodel? That's all I want to hear from
I
this
know.
kid is the yodel.
dude, okay, answer me this and be honest. What is the market and or / demand for a yodeler
Ask Jewel.
today?
Not
But
much.
Jewel doesn't go on tour. She sings you know.
I know. The yodeling was a very, very small sliver of what she did. The yodeling there is no market. There is a market for a 15-second vine. That's it.
You're demanding yodeling. You were worried.
That's
20
all I
seconds ago, you were worried that he wasn't going to yodel.
That's all I want to hear from this kid is the point. I don't want to hear another little kid sing a country western song. I want to hear the yodel. The yodel cracks me up for a second, and then I want to move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But for this kid, he really, if he can actually play music and stuff, then why would he not?
I see him holding a guitar. I don't know that he can play music. He's singing about crushing pussy, dude. He's 11.
That song's ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely
he wants to be
ridiculous.
famous for banging this chick. Shut up, dude.
That's absolutely. You know the song.
And
that
I just don't know that the market demand is strong enough for a. I mean, hell, crooners struggle.
That's my point.
Crooners struggle. How's a yodeler going to survive?
I don't fault this kid for singing into a microphone when a fucking Atlanta Records deal comes along. I don't blame him at all.
Not at all.
I'm speaking for the market at this point, saying I wanted to hear you yodel, and that's it.
Yeah.
I understand. It's
for
funny.
no more than 15 to 20 seconds.
The Hank Williams Jr. song or Hank Williams Sr. song that he sang in that video went up like
Lovesick
2,000.
Blues.
Yeah, went up like 2,000% on Spotify for like people listening to the original version.
Well,
Which is
I don't
kinda
want him
cool.
to rest on his yodeling laurels either, because I'll be honest with you, Jay, I've heard much, much stronger yodelers. And while as an 11-year-old,
He's got
you
work
can
to
go,
do.
yeah,
See, I
he's
think you're
all
just
right.
getting caught up on this yodel thing.
Nah.
No, I do. The thing is, he got famous as being called the yodeling kid, but the kid had been trying to play music for like 8 years before that. So I just think you're getting...
Yeah, but he got famous because he yodeled. Nobody would have given a fuck if he was singing in Walmart. It was
that
the
happens
yodel.
all the
The
time
yodel
with
was a
celebrity.
key component of the viral nature of this.
I'll go a step further. I'll say you can argue it's the yodel, and you've got a strong case. I can just as easily argue that the hat, bow tie, and boots were a
it's the whole
strong
package.
pull.
He wears those when he
Yes.
he wears those when
Dude,
he
he
does
looks like
interviews.
Toy Story.
All right,
The-
you
the
put that
Woody.
little son of a bitch in that outfit and just have him sing a normal song. That's not going viral. He's an 11-year-old kid. If he was 3 in that, yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay.
It's the yodel. The yodel made it happen. We hadn't heard the yodel for decades.
DJ Pauly D was on was
Yodel.
DJing before freaking Jersey Shore, and then once Jersey Shore hits, he became a DJ. He became able
What are
to
you
do
even
his
talking
DJ.
about? We're
this
talking about
is-
whether he went viral because of yodeling
No,
or
because I'm
because
saying
of
that you're saying he got famous for this, so this is all he should do.
I'm confused.
Jesus, that's not what we're talking about. I'm saying the dude went viral because of the yodel component to this. Mike is arguing it's the outfit.
No,
I
no,
say you
I'm
put
saying
that
you
kid in the outfit
could.
and you have him sing a normal song, it doesn't go viral.
So you're just telling me if he stands there
already
and,
proof
and
of that, but it
belts
didn't
out
happen.
Home Sweet Home, no one gives a shit.
Nobody gives a shit.
No matter what outfits he's wearing.
I'm on my way.
Just set me free. Yeah, I agree with you. It's the yodel aspect. It's
The
the
yodel
giggle
grabbed
nature.
us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pull it up one more time. Let me hear the fucking yodel one more time, E, the original.
Honestly, when's the last time we heard yodel? If you're not a Price is Right watcher and you're not a Jewel fan, when's the last time you heard the yodel?
Yeah, look at that son of a bitch. Look at that poops go.
That's it, right there.
It's it, yeah. Fuck the belt buckle. The bow tie can suck a dick.
Yep.
It's the hoodie.
it.
I do want to see him go right off the cliff edge, though. I hope someone bids too much on that price of that can of beans, because I want him to top
He'll
it.
go over the cliff edge. He will at some point. It's the yodel.
Of course, he's a fan too.
I didn't say. I thought the
You're
song
gonna get his
sucked.
album, dude.
If you heard what I said the song sucked. I just don't think. I think there's more to him. That's all.
He brings up DJ Pauly D.
It's a very good comparison.
It's not a good.
No one knew who he was as a DJ before. Then he got on a hit show, and now he can DJ all over the country.
It's not what we're talking about, man.
Well, I think it is. It is in the. Never mind. It's fine.
All right. Before we get on to email, and I believe we do have some, Jay, I'm going to take us to India. 35-year-old woman.
Are the monkey gods angry?
Yes, they are. Very much so. They've
Somebody with a
are they,
tail.
Are they the monkey gods? Or are they the elephant? Is it Dinesh with the
there
fucking?
are multiple gods, man.
There are lots of gods. Is there a sun god, an elephant god?
There's the god with all the arms.
Yeah. 35-year-old woman. We'll call her Devendri.
Oh no.
Yeah. She was out collecting wood for the fire for the family. So let's put this in context. It's you and Gab. Gab, get out there, collect the firewood, right?
Pull up my RV at a campsite. Gab, we want to make a fire. Go get the wood.
You are on wood patrol. So you're in northern India,
Go on now, woman. Go.
and Gab reaches down like an idiot in the blanket. She's not even paying attention. She's just grabbing wood all willy-nilly.
Let me guess. A venomous viper.
some sort of snake bites her. Now, she runs home to tell her beloved Jay. She gets in the RV. Jay, I got bit by a snake of some sort.
Let me suck the poison out of you. I'm on the first nipple, and she's slapping me down to the
Yeah,
wrist.
she's like,
I'm
dude,
going,
he bit me on the fucking hand, you idiot. And you're like... So, they decide. Now, this is where we reach a moment, okay? Gab runs in. She's been bit. You can see there's swelling. You're trying to get to the titties. She's keeping you, like, get off later. What is the protocol? What is the move in this instance? What do we do? She runs in. I've been bit by
I think you
perhaps
get
a cobra.
some medical help, Mike. Might
Okay.
be in.
Well, they decided, first things first, snake charmer. Let's go snake charmer. And, you know, I'm not there. I'm not here to knock or anything. So he suggests that he's got the treatment that may succeed in getting the poison out. So before we rush to the hospital, those bills get exorbitant quick.
I didn't realize charmers had anything to do with post bites. I thought they sat there with their flute.
Yeah, and the wicker
guy
basket.
comes out of the wicker basket. He entertains us all. He goes back into the basket.
Isn't the whole point of the charmer to not get bit?
Yeah.
Like you would think a snake charmer would have as much experience with a snake bite as you or I would have,
I would think a good one would have zero experience with the snake bite.
which makes him a brilliant snake charmer. Anyway, they decide to go there. Now villagers are gathering. You know, this has become an event. The snake charmer just doesn't come out for any old reason, and so he says, and I want to know at what point in the discussion with the snake charmer do you go, hold on, like does Jay come back to his senses and go, wait, hold on a second, because I've got an idea, Jay. I want you and Gab to listen. It's a terrible bite. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to cover young Gab in cow shit. Piles of cow shit, which will suck out the venom. At this point, are you going, fuck, I'm not a snake charmer. Just a guy.
I would go back to arguing my nipple technique. Look, I'll start on one nipple. I'll start sucking.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous, man.
Well,
It's like when people get gum in their hair and they put peanut butter in their hair. That's what he's trying to do.
so I'm just like, please, Jay, bear with me. I know what I'm doing. I'm a snake charmer.
Stop. Peanut butter gets gum out of hair.
I've heard people say that. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Well, so
that's
It actually works.
Okay, well maybe this is what he was going with.
Yes.
This is his technique.
So what I'm going
Everyone
to do
knows, Jay. It's peanut butter for gum and horse shit for
cow
shit
dung.
for
Don't be
venomous.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Horse shit is for a shark bite.
Jay, please, have a seat. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. I'm a trained professional. Gabriella, you lay down. Villagers, round up as much cow shit as you can. And we literally encase Gab in a nice, hefty, heavy shell of cow shit, right? Now, for 75 minutes, Gab is sitting in cow shit as villagers sit around and I chant mantras. I don't know what my mantras are, but I'm chanting mantras. I mean, wouldn't you be looking at your watch?
Her head's covered at this point. Yeah, I would be. I'd be worried
Look
about
at poor Gabriella.
asphyxiation
Look
that
at
point.
poor Gabriella. Huh?
Gabrielle would be dead by then. Don't tell me, Mike. She passed. Did we lose her?
After 75 minutes of being buried in complete cow shit, we lost her. We lost her, yeah. My wife went out to get this is a quote from you now. You're in the papers now being quoted. People are probably going, what a fucking moron. Why didn't you suck on her tits? Dude, why would you bury your wife in cow shit? She's beautiful. Suck on the titties. It's better than cow shit. My wife went out to get firewood, and when she was collecting the wood, a snake bit her. We tried some medicines, a grinded powder. Grinded
Oh,
powder?
that's what we're calling it now? Grinded powder?
Yeah. And tied a rope around her arm. Why did you tie a rope around her arm? Or was that my call? But the snake charmer advised us to cover her in cow dung, so we did. The snake charmer was confident he could help. We left her in the dung for 75 minutes. It did not work. I never thought this would happen. The snake charmer said, yeah, I'm known in this area to treat animal bites. I think the snake was a cobra, and yeah, she died because she was buried. And so now you're stuck. You didn't even know this, dude. Last you knew you had 3 kids, 2 more. You're raising 5 kids, solo artist.
Choked on cow dung.
Yeah. Poor thing.
Venom didn't kill her. Cow dung did.
Can't say for sure, but Boy,
What a way
you know,
to go, man.
Dude, don't you think if you're the wife in there and you're just like, oh my God, this stinks, literally and figuratively, I'm buried in cow shit. Don't you think she would pop her head out at some point of the cow shit and just go, guys, I feel sick.
In a
like,
weakened state? I don't know.
Look at all these
Villagers.
Look at these
just,
villagers just hanging around. And look at this dick face.
I got this.
Snake charmer my ass.
2018, man.
Yeah. Look at this. We're broadcasting in my basement through wires and technology and all this shit. And in other parts of the world, they're going, 3 glorious feet of air, of flight. We attained 3 glorious feet of flight.
Shit.
Happens.
Insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it even. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. He has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage, auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900. Get a free, no obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900.
How are we doing for email, Jay?
Do have some email, Mike.
What do we got?
First off, we need to send our friend Jim, listener Jim, thoughts, prayers, and all that shit as he recovers from back surgery.
I
So-
emailed him yesterday.
Best wishes, James.
Yes, absolutely. God, back surgery sucks. Did you have a back
I
thing, Jay?
had back surgery.
Yeah.
You
Was it-
didn't.
No.
I would think I would be the one commenting on how bad back surgery sucks.
I've heard how bad back surgery sucks.
Yeah, it's tough, but boy, hopefully he has some relief because a lot of people have back surgery because of sciatic nerve pain, which shoots down your
I hate
entire
those
leg.
fucking sciatics.
Goes from your buttock down to your heel, essentially.
Really?
And it can be debilitating.
Is
So
that what you had?
I did, man. I got to the point like I can't live like this. I'm too young, Mike. I've got years of RV driving ahead of me. I can't even barely sit.
How long were you in the hospital for that?
They move you out pretty quick. It's
Yeah.
not super invasive anymore. They do it, with just small instruments and stuff. When my dad had it, like 20 years ago, I mean, he was sliced
Cut you
open
in
through the
half.
muscle and stuff like that. And that's taken, months to recover.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was a pretty quick shove you out the door. In fact, I remember the next morning after doing this, and it was a herniated disc that they repaired, and spinal stenosis, if anybody out there has it.
Drew had that stenosis, where
Yeah,
you're
it's like-
losing notches on your belt without losing weight.
I didn't
That was
know
what
that was one of them.
that was like his
It's a
thing.
narrowing of the spine.
Right.
So they went in there and the spinal column, and they bore out the spinal column to give shit more room because stuff's touching in there. Nerves are touching. The what do you call it? The
Spinal
disc.
fluid
Any
and
disc,
discs.
any disc that gets blown out a little bit is going to touch nerves, so they want to make room for it. But dude, I was out the door the next morning, but then I friggin' laid on the floor for like 2 weeks. you know?
Really?
It's rough. So,
Ugh.
best wishes, James. Dave writes in, hello all. I wanted to send a very sincere thank you to Kelly and the staff at Hamlin for my parents' 40th anniversary party last
Wow,
Thursday.
great.
Been at Hamlin a myriad of times throughout my life for drinks and quick dinner. It's always a pleasant experience. I did not know what to expect when it came to an actual planned party, and my expectations were blown away. From the setup of the room to the punctual wait staff, thank you to the Detroit Cast for the recommendation. Dave, thank you for utilizing our sponsors.
Absolutely.
Obviously,
I've
the-
noticed that they do go above and beyond for those party spots. If you've gone back there when they're setting them up, they really take good care of you, Kelly, and the teams over there.
It's the only way this show keeps going is people supporting our sponsors, so thanks for doing that. And another shout out to Jim. Thanks for doing your part, utilizing our sponsors. Had an appointment with Merck, very impressed. He's going to be handling our retirement funds. Can't wait to get started. Also took the family to Hamlin Pub this weekend. Food service, outstanding. Glad we went. It was awesome, Jim. So
Great.
Thank you, Jim. A-Dub writes in, good day, swollen lung, well hung, and Dick Grace tongue. Mike, absolutely glad you're okay. Stop sharing your drug-addled stories of firemen saving your life and then following it up with a week off. Now, 3 things, says A-Dub. Been in the St. Louis Arch, and I'm claustrophobic. Fuck that tram ride. Scared the shit out of me when I was 13.
Dude, I was claustrophobic looking at the video of it. That I would not have gotten in that egg pod.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Number 2, almost died of an abscess that I thought I could drink my way through on a camping trip years ago.
Sure. Usually can.
Bottom line, if it feels real bad, go to the hospital. 3, most importantly, my car smelled like a puke-worthy dead body last week. After tearing apart my dashboard and clearing out a garbage bag worth of shit, I found 4 dead baby squirrels in there.
What?
Dude, a squirrel nested in his dash.
Ouch.
Would have been much more fun to clean had I had my freeze worth to listen to. Oh, sorry, A-Dub.
Members area could have gotten you through them. Lots of hours.
Speaking of the members area,
Yeah, lots of stuff in there.
member content. Randy writes in, greetings, gentlemen. As a listener since the first podcast, I have finally decided to become a member, and I must say I'm very happy that I did. Member section is a goldmine of many behind-the-scenes moments that you don't hear as a normal listener. The Big E onion gets peeled quite a bit. For example, his call to his mom after he got to the $10,000 threshold for his fundraiser. That's on there. The early clips from the Spec Days are up there. Quite a bit of Big E singing and other times when he shared deep thoughts about girls, his family, and his many insecurities, all in extra content.
Plus, he's really unleashed on us a couple times in there.
Yeah.
You know what we got to put in there is the call McCarty did to your mom. Is that in there?
No.
No. I have that on a stick upstairs.
There was one clip when you all tried to call his girl from spring break, and during that we learned of Eric's fear of silence when he's with other people. I don't specifically remember that, but...
Wait, his fear of silence
Yeah,
around
when
his-
that's why he just chats the whole
Right.
time.
That's because
Yeah.
silence freaks me
Squawking.
out.
Yeah.
During the same discussion, E started to tell us that his dad always tells him something when he's about to go out and meet new people. But he was rudely interrupted when the two of you, Jay and Mike, started singing Sound of Silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to speak with you again. Yeah, and then we did. And I think we did, and then we ended up singing the whole fucking song, right?
We did?
And then we forgot to get back to what Big E's dad's
That happens.
discussion was.
Didn't we do a call to someone where we ended up singing the entire me and Julio down by the schoolyard?
Maybe. I'd like to hear Eric expand on the story about how his dad has to tell him things before he goes out. Isis?
I mean, it's nothing that would shock anybody. Just try to ask people questions. Don't talk as much as you do. And I actually do try at times, just not very well.
Imagine telling your kids, like, when you go out, listen to what people say.
No, I
Maybe
can imagine
care.
telling my kids that when they're 6, 7 years old. I
Sure.
cannot imagine standing there with my 38-year-old son in the foyer of the Fady Manor before
Yeah.
he goes out.
Or the steps of the Winnebago, but whatever.
Yeah, Isis, he literally, wait, Big E, before you leave.
I mean, no, yeah. he'll
It's
say
not a
it
bad
sometimes.
move.
He'll
Just
say it
like a little
sometimes.
parting advice, you know. Look, man, it's not all about you. Go out and meet someone. Take an interest in what they're about.
Chuck writes in, Gentiles and genitalia. Enough is enough. Big E is refusing to wear the purple thong backwards that he promised to do during his fundraiser.
I actually looked for that over. I thought I'd lost it, but I actually found it over the weekend. So
I found both flutes in the cum, too. Just saying.
So are we going to get this done?
Yeah,
This
I
week? Can we
promised
do this
last
this week?
week,
Can
but
we
I
just-
almost died, so...
Isis, I feel like we're limping along similar to our Kickstarter rewards. Remember when we were like, dude,
Yeah,
let's just
I
get
do.
this done. I feel
Yeah.
like we should do this for the fundraiser too, because again, it goes to your credibility and your ability to raise future funds, I would think.
Do you want to make the call? Tomorrow we do one?
All right, Isis.
If you want to make the call, we can. I've got the flutes in the cum. I don't have the purple thong, E might, but
Which one you want to do, Isis?
come.
good call. It's surprising. I honestly did not think he would choose cum on a flute in his mouth over a thong, but
I
whatever.
don't know why.
Yeah, I don't either.
Get
but
the I think that's the worst. So get the worst over with.
so tomorrow.
Sure.
Chuck suggests
Great.
sanctions if he doesn't comply. Maybe a big pointy dunce hat, like old-time school days, should be mandatory office apparel until he complies with his so-called promises. Good day, says Chuck. We will save the rest for tomorrow,
Very good.
at which time Isis will sample a cum flute, apparently.
What time shall we do that? Do we plan out of the gate, out of the break, into the break, end of the show?
I think we do it out of the gate, right?
Right out of the You want to come out that hot? You want to come out swinging?
Why not?
All right, all right. You want to be Jesus rolling into
That way,
Jerusalem, dude?
No
Let's
one,
do it.
No one forgets, right? And
Okay.
there's no delay. There's no excuse. The show doesn't start until Isis does this.
Okay, just before we let everyone go here, what is needed on my end? I've got the flutes. I've got the cum.
You gotta write that shit on there tonight, then, by far.
Right.
Because it's supposed to dry. It's not supposed to just be.
Do I paint it on so that he can't see it really? Put it in the fridge, and then
Is a drizzle too much to ask? I mean,
I don't think that. Not at
drizzle
all.
across and then
But
turn the flute as you're drizzling, and it.
You gotta
That's why
write-
we're having this conversation, because I need to know.
We
this
need
stuff.
an even application. Can you just dip it in there, or is it not going to be deep enough? I mean, how much? How much are we talking? Were you running a little low on fluids that day?
I think I threw 2 loads in there.
2 loads?
Because the first one was embarrassingly. It was like, oh god, just
boiled over.
It was one of those where I had to wipe the helmet on the edge of the.
Yeah,
You gotta rub that thing and leave it in the fridge, by the way. You can't rub it in...
It's been in the fridge.
No, but once it's rubbed onto the flute, it has to be in the fridge.
Okay.
All right, fine.
So is it a dip? Is it...
I'm gonna
All right. This is what I do with like a peanut butter knife. You know.
Okay.
I'll have a glass in the sink that's filled halfway with water, and I'll go ahead and just soak it. I'll soak the peanut butter knife.
I like that. How about this? Doesn't Sweet Pie have some like paint brushes that they paint eggs
Pie
with?
is not giving
Can
you
you
any
let
sort
me
of
borrow? Just borrow. I don't have to keep it. Just borrow one of those. Tiny girl, I need one of your brushes.
No.
For painting
No.
eggs, and then we'll just do the semen paint really quick. Rinse it off. Give it back to her. Everything's fine. We're fine. I feel like I need a brush.
Can't you just put it in your mouth? We'll put the
Gargle.
fluid in there and just kind of go.
No, I'm not doing that. That's not the point of the test.
Hold it like this.
This was never even this, by the way, was never a promise on my end. It was you guys all along. But, so no, it has to be...
In the spirit of good faith.
It has
All
to
right.
be...
Tell you what, I'm going to take this off your plates, gentlemen. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm going to figure this out, and tomorrow...
Get the fucking flute covered with your cum.
It's going to be
okay?
covered with cum, okay? One way or another, it will be covered with cum. One will, one won't. E will decide if he can tell which is. Deal?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of
Deal.
here. Fuck out of here. Thanks, everybody, for hanging with us. We will be back with Cum Flute tomorrow, and hopefully you guys will join us then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.